Well, I think one thing we're learning is that there's quite a lot of good things that are going on in social networking sites that really aren't getting talked about in the popular media. And so our study is really trying to look at what are some of those things, and then how can we help students, teachers, and parents think about these sites in a way that can actually be beneficial. I think definitely you see these sites really helping foster creativity and communication in kids. The kids are telling us that these sites really encourage them to express their opinions, thoughts, emotions in very creative ways. Like you see kids that might have an interest in video editing, they learn a little bit about it in school, and then because something sparks their interest, they end up creating a video, circulating it on their MySpace pages. People find out about it, they get all kinds of feedback on it, and before you know, they've promoted themselves and the issue they care about through this MySpace community. I think I've also heard a lot of students talk about how it's helping them with their communication skills. So students who say it's really hard for them to kind of express themselves in writing have found blogs as a way to share their poetry or talk about their ideas with other students. And because they get comments on it from friends they trust, that encourages them to write even more. Contrary to popular belief, we're finding that students from low-income families are actually very connected, that they are students who are finding ways to connect to the internet pretty much every day. And oftentimes these students, people don't usually think of them this way, but they do have a computer at home. They do have, sometimes it's a family-owned computer connected to the internet, sometimes it's a laptop, and they're using the internet just like everyone else. So I think they are very connected technologically. And I also think they're pretty savvy. So again, because most of them are going to their MySpace or predominantly MySpace account every day, they're practicing these technological fluencies that we want them to develop. And they're taking just a little bit of instruction they get in school, like how to use Adobe Photoshop, like some of the other skills you'd want students to develop. And then because they're interested in what they're doing on MySpace, they're practicing those skills and going even further. There are some cautions that the kids themselves have identified, and one of them being that MySpace can be a distraction away from other things they really have to do, like work and school. And so I think for parents and teachers, just talking about time management and how to use MySpace as an effective study break rather than get on there too long. I also have heard them talk about thinking about privacy issues and trust issues in such big online communities. I mean, MySpace is a global community. So the students have said maybe being able to talk to parents and teachers about how to stay safe, how to be a responsible user of the internet, or what we call a digital citizen, would be conversations that they would welcome that would really help them. I've had several students talk to me about how they've actually used MySpace for what it was intended to do, which is network. So we talk to students who are in their senior year of high school and they're trying to apply to college and get admitted to college and decide where they want to go. And several of them have said to me that through MySpace and Facebook, they were able to make a good college decision and network with other teens in colleges across the country who they could never afford to go visit or even talk on the phone, but just find out more about what college and maybe major and career is a good fit for them by networking through these sites. And I think that's a whole really talked about use of MySpace and Facebook that we as educators could help students realize and do effectively.